happened without his permission, right? Why did the Lord allow us to go into slavery? So he tested our faith with slavery. So as you said, a test of faith, slavery happened as a punishment for disobedience. You're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And in these last days, the Lord is commanding you to return to his laws, statutes, and commandments. Happened without his permission, right? Why did the Lord allow us to go into slavery? Because we blame everything on Satan, but Satan can't do nothing that the Lord don't permit. So why did the Lord allow us to go into slavery in the first place? Because reading and writing was beat out of us in slavery. So to understand and answer these questions, we got to go before slavery.
That's right.
He tested our faith.
So he tested our faith with slavery.
You know, just to see how much you could see if you could trust him like you said you could.
I'm going to read a scripture for you. Lamentations 5:11. And I want you to tell me again if that sounds correct, because you may be right. Give me Lamentations 5:11. Quickly. Really quickly. Because the Lord do tries. Let's see if this is a trial of faith or this is a punishment. Lamentations 5:11.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 11.
We're dealing with history now, right? Read.
They ravished.
What does the word ravished mean? Ravished, and I'm going to say this as politely as possible. Ravished means rape. You can look it up on any dictionary. The word ravish means rape, meaning they ravished, read.
They ravished the women in Zion.
It said that the daughters of Zion in slavery will be ravished or raped by those who enslaved them. Did that not happen to our foremothers in slavery? Now, is that a test of faith, or does that sound like God is trying to punish us to get our attention about something? What do you think?
Well, both of them really is the same. You know, if he's testing us to get our attention, then that means that you've lost faith or something, huh?
We've lost faith? Okay, let's get another curse. Deuteronomy 28:32. Because what I'm reading to you is your history. And at some point, we're going to have to come to an agreement as a nation. Verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So, when you look at this sign, this auction block right here, you said the sons and daughters in slavery were going to be given, meaning sold, to other races and other places in this country. We can agree this is a historical fact. This really happened, right? It's still happening today, actually. But this is how a lot of us got to Ripley. It was actually sold here. But it says, your sons and daughters shall be given to another people. That happened to who in history? Who did that happen to in history? Being sold on slave auction blocks. Whose history is that?
Man.
I'm saying, but what man?
The white man.
The white man was sold into slavery on auction blocks?
Oh, they was?
No, I'm asking, are you saying the white man was, or are you saying the white man sold us?
Yeah.
So this is your history, right?
Yeah.
Now, would God allow slavery and the selling of slaves to be, is that a test of faith, or is that punishment for something?
He's always testing us and doing things, you know, when you fall short, you know.
We agree.
He take us through some things, you know, to get back.
We agree. But the point that I'm making is, so far, the women being raped in slavery, yokes of iron, coming over on slave ships, all these things in our history, dark, hard history. This happened to us, right? Chapter 29, verse 1, quickly, and then we're going to get to Matthew 26.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant, which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
So these words in this covenant, the Lord commanded Moses to make with who? The children of Israel, right? If this is your history, that means that by scripture, you descend from the real biblical children of Israel. You're an Israelite according to the Bible.
That's right.
And the reason why the Lord allowed this to happen, verse 47. Come on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
It said because the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans didn't serve the Lord their God. Now, Jesus said, if you love me, do what? So because the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the Israelites, didn't keep the Lord's commandments, read,
with joyfulness and with gladness of heart,
we begin to abuse and deal unrighteously with one another, read,
for the abundance of all things.
Because the Lord made the planet Earth for us. That's the abundance of all things. Everywhere your foot treading belongs to you. This land was stolen from you because of disobedience to the Lord's commandments. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
It said, now you're going to serve your enemies. The ones that did that to you, now they're your mayors, your governors, your presidents, your senators. They make the laws, they run the show now. Because you didn't serve me, you don't serve somebody. You can serve me in righteousness, or I'm going to put your enemies over you until you get your head on quick and you come back to me for one of our things. But you will serve somebody. This is going to serve the enemies, come on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent these nations against you. Why? Beginning of verse 47 again.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God.
So, as you stand a test of faith, slavery happened as a punishment for disobedience. You're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And in these last days, the Lord is commanding you to return to his laws, statutes, and commandments.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is